Good morning. Malai Murasu, 15 minutes news in English, headlines for the day. Prime Minister Modi arrives in Washington, D.C. to rousing welcome by Indian Diaspora to hold crucial meeting with President Trump tomorrow. Madras High Court allows Election Commission to inquire in AIADMK leadership dispute. Election Commission has no rights to intervene, says former AIADMK Minister C.V. Shanmugam. AIADMK rule needed for women's safety in Tamil Nadu, says Yadapadi Palaniswamy. DMK government focuses only on political vendetta, asserts former Chief Minister. Are we not creating class of parasites? Supreme Court slams freebies promised before polls. India beats England by 142 runs in third ODI International. Gill scores century. India sweeps series 3-0. News in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives in Washington, D.C. to rousing welcome by Indian Diaspora to hold crucial meeting with President Trump. Members of the Indian Diaspora gathered outside Blair House to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Washington. People carrying flags of India and the US and posters that said America welcomes Narendra Modi expressed excitement over Modi's visit to the US. Modi arrived in Washington, D.C. for an official working visit, marking a new chapter in the comprehensive global strategic partnership between India and the United States. During his two-day visit, Modi will meet with US President Donald Trump, members of the US cabinet, and prominent industry leaders to strengthen bilateral ties. Upon his arrival at Blair House, the Prime Minister was greeted by a large group of Indian diaspora members who braved the cold to welcome him. Chants of Modi, Modi echoed as the crowd cheered and waved the Indian tricolour. Modi took a moment to interact with the gathering, expressing his gratitude for the warm reception. The visit is expected to focus on key areas such as technology, defense, trade and energy, further enhancing the growing partnership between India and the US. Modi's visit to the US comes at the invitation of US President Donald Trump. This will be his first visit to the United States after Trump assumed office for the second term. Prime Minister Modi is travelling to US after concluding his three-day visit to France. Madras High Court allows Election Commission to inquire in AIADMK leadership dispute. Election Commission has no rights to intervene, says former AIADMK Minister C.V. Shanmugam. The Madras High Court on Wednesday set aside its stay order restraining the Election Commission of India from concluding inquiry in the AIADMK's internal dispute and directed the poll body to strictly stick within the jurisdiction of the Election Symbols Order 1968. A division bench of Justices R. Subramaniam and G. Arulmurugan dismissed the petitions moved by the AIADMK challenging the election body's proceedings on the several representation made against the party, including from O.P. Ravindranath, son of former Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam. While vacating the stay order against the Election Commission, the bench made it clear that the poll body should strictly conduct the proceedings within the jurisdiction of paragraph 15 of the Election Symbols Order 1968. Meanwhile, former AIADMK Minister C.V. Shanmugam spoke to reporters in Chennai about the next course of action. He stated that the Election Commission is claiming authority it doesn't have and asserted that it has no jurisdiction to intervene in AIADMK's internal matters. AIADMK rule needed for women's safety in Tamil Nadu, says Yadapadi Palaniswamy. DMK government focuses only on political vendetta, says former Chief Minister. AIADMK General Secretary Yadapadi K. Palaniswamy has claimed that women's safety in Tamil Nadu can be ensured under an AIADMK government. He accused the DMK government of failing to protect women, stating that cases of harassment and violence have increased under its rule. He alleged that the focus is on political vendettas rather than justice. EPS emphasized that AIADMK has constantly taken steps to ensure women's safety and vowed to continue its fight against drug abuse. He asserted that the only solution is to oust the DMK government and restore AIADMK's governance. Are we not creating class of parasites? Supreme Court slams freebies promised before elections. On political parties promising freebies ahead of elections, the Supreme Court on Wednesday said, instead of bringing people into the mainstream for national development, are we not creating a class of parasites? A bench of Justices B.R. Gavai and Augustine George Massey said, It would be better to make people a part of the society's mainstream and contribute towards national development. Rather than promoting them to be a part of the mainstream of the society by contributing to the development of nation, we are creating a class of parasite, it asked. Justice Gavai went on to add, unfortunately, because of these freebies, which just on the annual of elections are declared like Ladki Behan and other schemes, people are not willing to work. Tamil Nadu government announces helpline for sexual abuse in schools. Incidents of sexual abuse against women and children are on the rise in Tamil Nadu, with recent cases reported in schools in districts such as Krishnagiri, Trichy and Tirupur. Opposition parties including AIADMK and BJP have criticized the DMK government for the ongoing issues. In response, the Tamil Nadu government has announced a helpline for reporting sexual harassments in schools. Students can now report such incidents by calling the toll-free number 14417. The Department of School Education has assured that strict action will be taken against culprits upon receiving complaints. Mahakumbh, over 2 crore devotees take holy dip in Sangam on Magh Purnima. As the world's largest religious gathering is underway in the holy city of Prayagraj, more than 2 crore people took a holy dip at Triveni Sangam yesterday on the occasion of Magh Purnima, according to the Uttar Pradesh government. The Mahakumbh 2025, which began in Prayagraj with chants of bhajans and slogans on Paush Purnima, witnessed a sea of devotees on each day. The Mahakumbh is held after 12 years, although seas claim the celestial alignments and cosmic combinations for the event are occurring after 144 years, making the occasion even more auspicious. Simplified Income Tax Bill brings in tax year concept, omits assessment year. The Simplified Income Tax Bill 2025, which brings in the concept of tax year and abolishes the archaic and complicated terms previous and assessment year, is likely to be introduced in Parliament today. The bill comprises 536 sections, 23 chapters and 16 schedules in just 622 pages. It does not bring in any new taxes, but only simplifies the language of the existing Income Tax Act 1961. The 6-decade-old legislation has 298 sections and 14 schedules. It had 880 pages when the Act was introduced. The new bill seeks to replace the Income Tax Act 1961, which has become too voluminous due to the amendments made over the last 6 decades. The new law is expected to come into effect from April 1, 2026. India beats England by 142 runs in third ODI. Gill scores century, India sweep series 3-0. Shubman Gill's 100 was the lead act in India's 142-run victory over England in the third and final ODI, which also helped the hosts sweep the series 3-0 in Ahmedabad on Wednesday. Gill's 112 runs of 1 or 2 balls led India to an imposing 356, and England could only manage 214 runs. For India, pacers Harshit Rana, Harshdeep Singh and Hardik Pandya were the main wicket takers. Gill was declared man of the match and man of the series, and he said, "I think this is one of the better knocks in ODIs for me. The pitch was a bit tricky at the start, so it's satisfying. There was a bit for the fast bowlers too. It was seaming, so the chat with Virat was to rotate strike and not lose wickets in power play, build on the momentum and take it from there." Trump administration prioritizing relations with India, says former White House official. The Donald Trump administration is prioritizing relationship with India and recognizes that the country has the potential to transform India-Pacific region and is an important partner when it comes to competing effectively with China, a former White House official has said. These remarks were made by Lisa Curtis as Prime Minister Narendra Modi began his visit to the White House for a bilateral meeting with President Trump on Thursday. In an online press briefing hosted by Washington DC-based think tank, the Center for American Security, Curtis said, "Clearly, the Trump administration is prioritizing relationship with India. Modi is the 4th foreign leader to visit Trump in the weeks after American leader's inauguration as the 47th president of US."